Here's some big news that we're currently breaking. Security breach during Prime Minister's Punjab visit. Modi's rally has been cancelled after security breach. Ministry of Home Affairs says protesters blocked Modi's convoy. The ministry further says that Prime Minister was stuck on a flyover for over 15 to 20 minutes. Here's the big news that we're currently tracking. A security breach that was reported during Prime Minister Modi's rally, his visit. Let me quickly cut across to Paulami Saha for more on that. Paulami, Prime Minister Modi was set to be in Firozabad, Punjab rally. In fact, while on his way, we believe that there was a security breach and then he was stuck on a flyover for close to 20 minutes. This is what the Ministry of Home Affairs has to say. Give us some more details. What happened? Is he still going there or is the protest called off?
Well, this is a big development, Nabila, which is now being reported by our sources within the Ministry of Home Affairs. The MHA has taken cognizance of a lapse in the Prime Minister's security in Punjab. The Prime Minister landed earlier this morning at Bathinda Airport and he was to then proceed towards Husainiwala in order to pay his tribute at the National Martyrs Memorial over there before proceeding towards his rally venue in Firozpur. He waited, he was to go by chopper earlier. He waited for the weather to clear up because it was raining quite heavily for about 20 minutes. He waited in Bathinda and then when the weather didn't clear up, he decided that he would travel by road. It was to be a 2-hour road trip. While of course making that contingency plan to go eventually by road, they informed the DGP of Punjab Police and ensured that necessary security arrangements would be in place as he proceeded. So after getting that clearance, the Prime Minister and his team proceeded towards Husainiwala. Now, 30 kilometers before they reached the National Martyrs Memorial in Husainiwala, there was a flyover, and on that flyover, the road was completely blocked by protesters. The Prime Minister was stuck on that flyover for 15 to 20 minutes. There was no security arrangement which was made in order to ensure that his way was clear. And this was a huge security lapse as far as the Ministry of Home Affairs is concerned because the Punjab government has been informed as well. It is their responsibility to ensure logistic security on the ground as the Prime Minister is travelling in the state and of course to make contingency plans as well. Clearly, as the road was blocked by protesters, the flyover was blocked by protesters, there was absolutely no contingency plan or any security on the ground. Now, after being stuck on that flyover for 15 to 20 minutes is when the decision was finally taken to return to Bathinda. So that is what has happened in Punjab. The MHA has taken very serious cognizance of this lapse in the Prime Minister's security and has sought a report from the Punjab government. So clearly a flashpoint over here between the state government of Punjab and the union government as well concerning the Prime Minister's security on ground in Punjab. Of course, he couldn't go for his Firozpur rally as well. It had to be called off because it was raining heavily. And unfortunately, what we're of course learning right now through MHA is that earlier, while he was proceeding towards Husainiwala to the National Martyrs Memorial, there was a breach in his security, owing to which he had to eventually, after 15 to 20 minutes waiting for things to clear out, he had to eventually return to Bathinda and he's on his way back now, Nabila.
Right, but this is absolutely concerning. The Prime Minister's security is usually super tight, and here at a time when he was on his way to Punjab at a rally in Firozpur, it seems like people blocked his way for at least 20 minutes. The scare must have been real. How soon did the Punjab government act? Were they informed? Did the Punjab police come into play? Did they ensure that things were smooth post that?
Well, like I said, it was eventually decided that he will have to return from Husainiwala. He, of course, did not reach the National Martyrs Memorial. He'd have to return from Husainiwala to Bathinda and he's on his way back. So the rally stands cancelled as well. But as far as the cops are concerned and as far as the state government is concerned, obviously, there'll be a lot of explaining that they'll have to do because what the MHA says in what they've revealed to the media in the statement that they've issued is that the police, the DGP of Punjab Police and cops on the ground, everyone was informed, and after seeking their clearance about the necessary security arrangements on the ground for the Prime Minister's road travel, were they in fact proceeding on that journey. Like I said, it was a decision which was taken at Bathinda. He was to go earlier to Husainiwala via chopper. Then, of course, because it continued to rain over there, and the chopper couldn't possibly take off in that kind of weather because it was bad weather, it was decided after 20 minutes of waiting at Bathinda Airport that the Prime Minister would proceed by road. And for that, necessary security clearances is what we're being told by the MHA was sought from the Punjab police. They were duly informed about the Prime Minister's contingency plan of how he was to proceed towards Hussaini Wala by road. All of the necessary arrangements were done. All of the necessary, requirements were adhered to by the Prime Minister's office. They informed the necessary authorities as well. And after being assured that yes, the Prime Minister could proceed by road and the road is clear for him to proceed towards Hussaini Wala, did they embark on their journey? And after, of course, like I said, they were very close to Hussaini Wala. It is a 2-hour drive. They were very close to Hussaini Wala, just 30 kilometers off the National Martyrs Memorial. From the National Martyrs Memorial is a flyover which they had to cross, and that is the flyover which was blocked by protesters. Now remember that there was information ahead of the Prime Minister's scheduled visit to Punjab that there will be protests. Farmers were already protesting. We do know that some farmers groups were also engaged in talks with the BJP's Punjab election in charge, Union Minister Gajendra Singh Shekhawat. So there was enough information on the ground about these protests ahead of the Prime Minister's visit. This is his first visit to the state, the poll-bound state of Punjab, after his announcement of repealing the 3 farm laws. So there was all of that information, the prior information, which was available with the police. And like the MHA has informed that the Prime Minister's office sought due clearance from the DGP of Punjab Police, and only after that did they proceed on this road travel. So despite that, if there were protesters sitting on the road blocking the Prime Minister's and his cavalcade's path, then clearly it's a matter of serious concern. Nabila.
Truly shocking there. Initially, reports came in that there are heavy rains, therefore Prime Minister may just skip the rally. He may just skip that meet altogether because it was raining heavily, did not want to venture into that. But now we hear that a security breach has happened where he was made to wait on that flyover due to a protest that blocked him off for close to 20 minutes. That's huge for a Prime Minister to be holed up in that area, especially at a time when he's heading towards the rally and there's strict security there. The police is assured that it's going to be smooth sailing. At a time like that, when he's been blocked off like that from protesters, it really speaks about the security levels in Punjab itself. What were the police doing? Why did they not ensure that this was a smooth sailing event for the Prime Minister, considering that permissions were taken much in advance, information was given out much in advance? They had assured that this would be carried out, or this would be allowed for him to move about in a secure manner, but yet this has taken place where they blocked him off for 15 minutes on a flyover. A strict security concern there in Punjab.
Absolutely. There will be a lot of answering that Punjab Police and the state government of Punjab will have to do, Nabila, because this is not about the politics. This is about the Prime Minister's security. There are certain protocols associated with the Prime Minister's security. There is always prior information. The police in the very area, region, state, they are aware of his travel plans, his route, everything, the timings, all of it. The cops are on the way, of course, alerted about his position from time to time as well, as he makes way on any sort of road journey or any sort of road trip that he takes. So in this case as well, there was a prior information which was relayed to the Punjab Police, is what the Ministry of Home Affairs says. And despite that, despite having sought that clearance and only then having proceeded on that journey, there was a massive breach in his security where protesters blocked him off on a flyover, and then his cavalcade had to wait for 15 to 20 minutes for things to clear out, for possibly him still having an opportunity to be able to make his way to the National Martyrs Memorial at Hussaini Wala. Clearly, they assessed the situation on the ground. They realized that it is not going to clear out, and it possibly would be a risk in terms of the Prime Minister's security, which is when, of course, his team and the security personnel traveling with him took a calculated call that they should be returning back to Bathinda Airport. So a serious case of a security lapse, and like I said, a huge flashpoint as far as the Union Ministry of Home Affairs is concerned and the state of Punjab is concerned, because now they will have to, like I said, MHA has already sought a report from the Punjab government. They will seek details as to how is it that despite prior information and having sought the requisite clearance and then having got it and then proceeded on the journey were their protesters blocking the Prime Minister's path while, of course, he was proceeding towards the Saniwala. So clearly there were protesters who were aware of the fact that he was going to take the road. Like I said, this was a decision which was taken at Bathinda Airport. That is what the sources tell us. He was to proceed by chopper to Hossainiwala after 20 minutes of time spent at Bathinda Airport waiting for the weather to clear up so that the chopper could take off. And when that didn't happen, they decided as a contingency plan to proceed ahead via road, and that road was blocked.
Well, this is absolutely unpardonable, Paulomi. We're looking at the Prime Minister's security, and that should be above all kinds of politics. If the Punjab police is assured that the Prime Minister will be safe if he's taking the tour by road, then that should have been ensured on ground as well. What they've said and what has happened there on ground have been poles apart. That itself shows the incompetence of the Punjab police, at least at the moment, the way we see things have panned out. Clearly, they weren't able to handle those protests, or they did not get adequate information of that protest itself in first hand. Were they able to clear off those protesters? Has there been any response from the Punjab police on this laxity?
Well, Nabila, we're waiting for word from the Punjab police. We're trying to, of course, get details. There will, of course, we expect for them to, of course, respond to these charges which have been made by the Ministry of Home Affairs, which are very serious charges at that. Like you said, this is beyond the politics between a BJP or a Congress. This is about the Prime Minister's security. And the MHA now, of course, are saying that the Prime Minister's security was breached. Now, this despite prior information. This is not something that happened out of the blue. You had taken responsibility to, of course, clear the path. It wasn't that the Prime Minister's office did not inform you about the change of plans, that you've chosen to take the road as opposed to fly to Hossainiwala, and, you were completely taken aback. That's not how the protocol goes. The protocol goes that you are, of course, alerted to the change of plans, and then, of course, after, because you are the authority ensuring his security on the ground, the logistical support, the security on the ground has to be assured by you. So after you have, of course, given the requisite clearance, can the Prime Minister, of course, proceed on that journey? And the MHA claims that that requisite clearance was given by the Punjab police for the Prime Minister to proceed on that journey. And now, unfortunately, the allegation is that the police did not ensure a clear path for the Prime Minister's journey. And despite, of course, him having alerted the authorities, now there is a, allegation that his path was blocked, and there was protesters sitting at that flyover just 30 kilometers away from the National Martyrs Memorial. Any sort of untoward incident could have happened. Unfortunately, that didn't happen. The Prime Minister was stuck on that flyover for 15 to 20 minutes, and then it was decided, of course, in view of the security situation, that he, of course, should return to Bathinda Airport and not proceed any further. Nabila.
Well, this is shameful on the part of the Punjab police as well as the government. No words coming from the government as yet. In fact, the BJP has further slammed the Channi government after Prime Minister's rally was cancelled. Prime Minister was in fact hauled up on a flyover for at least 15 to 20 minutes because protesters tried to block his way. Here, BJP says, and I quote, Modi's rally willfully disrupted in Punjab. Nadda says, Chief Ministers refused to get on the phone on this issue. And that's further shameful because this is the prerogative of the Chief Minister to ensure smooth security arrangements laid out for a Prime Minister. He is certainly above the politics or boundary of politics. Prime Minister's security is above all politics played. At a time like this, when he was on his way to a rally which was well planned, very well indicated to the police, all information given to all those security officials there to ensure that the permissions are granted to clear paths. Police to be in place to ensure that the convoy can move safely and move without disruption. Despite all the arrangements that were planned in advance, here it seems like there was a whole different spin while the Prime Minister was heading towards his rally in Ferozpur. And this is what is tragic because Charanjit Singh Channi, the Chief Minister of Punjab, has refused to even come on the phone to address this issue. That itself shows whether the intent was lacking to ensure safety and security to the Prime Minister of India. BJP has now hit out at Channi government after the Prime Minister's rally got cancelled. BJP says, and I quote, Modi's rally willfully disrupted. In fact, JP Nadda, BJP president, says Chief Minister Charanjit Singh Channi has refused to get on the phone on this issue as well. Polami, Charanjit Singh Channi has not responded. He's not even gotten on the phone. As per what Nadda has to say, that he does not want to involve himself in this confusion that happened on ground. Whether this was willful, whether this was just sheer lack of coordination, that clarity is yet to come from the Punjab Chief Minister himself. He should be on his toes to ensure that a statement is given at the earliest on this.
Well, Nabila, we'd have to wait and see what the state government of Punjab has to say in this matter and what the police has to say in this matter. Surely the state government of Punjab will be seeking a report from the police at the moment in order to ascertain what exactly transpired and why is it that this incident took place on the ground, which is a huge question mark on the security in Punjab. This is the Prime Minister's security that we're talking about. The Prime Minister's office, Nabila, has now shared photographs with us, which we will be, I'm sure, able to show our viewers as well, of the Prime Minister's cavalcade stuck on the flyover. There's a huge cavalcade which is completely stuck and waiting, and there are cops and others from the security personnel, the SPG, standing on the flyover, obviously waiting for the Punjab police to take charge of the situation and remove the blockade which is on that flyover so that the Prime Minister's cavalcade can proceed. We have to wait to hear from the Punjab police and the state government their version of events. What we're told, of course, that the Prime Minister's cavalcade waited on that flyover for 15 to 20 minutes. So 15 to 20 minutes is when they hoped that, the Punjab police would possibly be able to sort the situation out, clear the path, ensure security all the way for the Prime Minister as he proceeded from Hussainiwala, from, of course, that flyover to the National Martyrs Memorial. And then if he chose to proceed further on his route to Firozpur, I beg your pardon, via the road, then ensure security all the way as well, whatever, are his requirements. But clearly, that didn't happen because the Prime Minister's office tells us that he had to choose to go back to Bathinda Airport after 15 to 20 minutes after, of course, the situation continued to be extremely tense on the ground. Now, this is an extremely serious situation, something that the government will have to answer for. Of course, the president of the BJP has made the allegation that the chief minister wasn't available on the phone as well. We, of course, will try and speak to the authorities in Punjab. My colleagues on the ground are obviously trying to get their version of events as well. But this is what has been charged by the Ministry of Home Affairs in a statement issued. And this is extremely serious. Like I said, they've released photographs as well of the cavalcade stuck on a flyover. Nabila.
Here, the exclusive images that India Today has accessed there shows shockingly how the Prime Minister's cavalcade was blocked off on a flyover. It was not on a regular highway, it was a flyover. Right below the flyover, you had protesters that literally blocked off that stretch, made the Prime Minister wait in his convoy for at least 15 to 20 minutes. And that's certainly unpardonable. He is the Prime Minister, above political party differences or political lines. The security for the Prime Minister must be the most important on priority, that the police there, in any state for that matter, must ensure that it's smooth sailing for the Prime Minister. Protests usually are seen in many parts of the country where people probably are standing on the side, may protest, but it's often a complete free zone for the Prime Minister's cavalcade to move forward. Here it seems like the road itself was blocked off with protesters standing right at the end of the flyover, literally halting his entire cavalcade for at least 20 minutes. And that's resulted in a security scare, a massive security concern, despite police of Punjab being informed very well that the Prime Minister was on his way. Here we see images coming to fore here that shows protesters had blocked off one part of the flyover only to ensure that Prime Minister on ground would be stranded on ground on that road for at least 15-20 minutes. The struggle took place before the Prime Minister decided to head back and cancel off that rally altogether. But Polami, I'd like to ask you, didn't the Ministry of Home Affairs get any intel reports to understand that there are protesters standing towards the end on that path where the Prime Minister will be taking the convoy, the route map itself? Weren't they aware that protesters were standing somewhere in some corner trying to disrupt this journey itself of the Prime Minister?
Well, law and order on the ground is the state government's responsibility. It is Punjab government's responsibility to ensure security for the Prime Minister. The Prime Minister, of course, travels with his own security, but as far as the route is concerned, as far as the travel is concerned, that is, of course, in terms of lining up the security on the ground, that is the Punjab government's responsibility, and specifically the Punjab police. And that is what the MHA says, that in this particular case, the Punjab police had been duly informed about the Prime Minister's change of plans. Like he, of course, decided at Bhatinda Airport, after looking at the weather, that he couldn't take off in a chopper towards Hossainiwala. So he will have to take the road route, and that is what was decided. And only after seeking the necessary approvals, permissions from the Punjab police, and no less than the DGP of Punjab police, and being assured of the same, did they proceed further on that route. So it is the Punjab police's responsibility. You know of the Prime Minister's travel plans. When the Prime Minister makes travel plans to a particular state, the state police becomes responsible. They are to coordinate with the Prime Minister's team in order to ensure on-ground security. And it was the Punjab police's responsibility. So it remains to be seen how the Punjab police responds to this charge, because this is a very serious charge. This is about a breach, a lapse in the Prime Minister's security. It is not about knowing there is to be a protest or not. In this case, of course, like I said, we did know, and we have been reporting of the fact that there were to be protests on the ground against the Prime Minister's first visit to Punjab since the announcement of the withdrawal of the 3 contentious farm laws. So it was generally known. But the intel, the local intel, is with the state police. And when, of course, you are giving the Prime Minister's office and his team the requisite permission to proceed forward by road, and you know the route plan, and it has been shared with you, and it has been cleared by you, then you are responsible again. So if you have not ensured that, you know, his path is clear, that there are no protesters on the way, then clearly it's a huge breach in the Prime Minister's security.
It obviously raises a lot of concerns about how exactly did the protesters know that the Prime Minister was changing his plan. He was supposed to be taking the chopper due to heavy rains, weather conditions. The plan was changed. He wanted to proceed to that destination by road. It somehow seems like this information was leaked and it reached the protesters. They managed to gather their people right in the nick of time to block his convoy. So this almost seems pre-planned, if you really think deeper.
Well, that's exactly what I pointed to earlier as well. This is a question that will have to be answered as to how the protesters were sitting there at this very point where he was...
सत्ता में रहने का अधिकार नहीं है. चन्नी में अगर थोड़ी सी भी नैतिकता है तो उनको रिजाइन करना चाहिए. और आज जो सरकार प्रयोजित जगह जगह पर बीजेपी की बसों को रोका गया, बीजेपी की बसों पर पथराव हुआ, बसों से भोजन लूटा गया और बसों के शीशे तोड़े गए, पुलिस द्वारा लाठीचार्ज हुआ. आज एक रैली नहीं थी पंजाब में, हर जगह रैली हुई है जहां जहां हम लोगों को रोका गया. ये सरकार के लिए आखिरी कील साबित होगा. क्या लगता है कि इसके लिए आप महामहिम से मिलेंगे? क्योंकि ये ऐसा हम लोग अभी हम लोग 4 बजे अपनी मीटिंग करेंगे, उसके बाद तय करेंगे.
Well, there you have it. BJP leaders clearly hitting out at the Punjab government. Currently, it is the Congress government at the helm of affairs. Charanjit Singh Channi, the Chief Minister of Punjab, has really feigned ignorance. He's not come on a call, as per what JP Nadda says. He's alleged that he tried to get on a call with Charanjit Singh Channi on the matter, but he's refused to get on a call, which means that there seems to be complete lack of coordination on ground. Maybe the Chief Minister, aware or not aware of what has happened, whether this was deliberate or something that was out of control for the Punjab government to handle, where they themselves did not have enough intelligence reports to tell them or tell their police that there were a bunch of protesters who were standing right at a central point where the Prime Minister's convoy was due to pass. And despite this being a last change of plan, a last-minute change of plan, Prime Minister was supposed to take a chopper. Due to heavy rains, the plan completely changed. He ventured on by road, and this plan was a last-minute plan, but yet somehow those protesters got information of the Prime Minister's change of plans and managed to reach a spot where the convoy was passing. This clearly shows a complete lax in security arrangements by the police and almost a lack of intent to secure the Prime Minister's convoy and cavalcade. And that's a major issue. Currently, the Ministry of Home Affairs has also initiated an investigation, asked for exactly what has happened on ground. Security in a state is a state subject. Clearly, this was a responsibility of the Charanjit Singh Channi government to ensure that the Prime Minister's cavalcade is highly secured and the entire path that he travels through with his convoy must be clear. Well, here it seems like a whole different story. India Today accessing first images coming in, exclusive images here of the entire confusion that unfolded on that entire stretch while the Prime Minister's convoy was stopped, blocked off by protesters. In fact, we're yet to understand what were the protests. In fact, Paulmi, if you are with us, if you can give us some insight into who these protesters were, what were they protesting against?
Well, Nabila, we are yet to get those details from the ground. We're waiting for a word from the establishment in Punjab itself, from the cops or the government side, as to what exactly transpired and who these protesters were. We did expect that there would be some protests against the Prime Minister's visit in view of, the farm laws as well, the agitation, which of course had taken a lot of steam and escalated across Punjab. The central government, of course, listening to those protests, and after a year, withdrawing those three contentious farm laws on the occasion of Guru Purab. But there were farmers' groups that were already planning protests ahead of the Prime Minister's visit, his first visit to Polban, Punjab, after that announcement had been made. And like I said earlier, the BJP was trying to talk to some of these farmers' groups that were planning to blockade certain roads and routes as well ahead of the Prime Minister's visit, to send out a very strong signal about their own victory over the central government, and of course creating noise, of course, in view of the elections in Punjab as well, staging their protests. It was known about the fact that there would be certain such protests, and they were being planned as well. So it is, of course, it all boils down to the local intel on the ground as well as to what the state police knew or didn't know in this case. Did they not know that these protesters had assembled in the area of Hussainiwala? Because this was part of the plan that the Prime Minister would go to the National Martyrs Memorial in Hussainiwala. Where were they earlier? Were they already around the flyover area, or were they around the area where the chopper was expected to land in Hussainiwala earlier? And then, of course, having received word that the Prime Minister had changed his plans, decided to move towards the flyover because they possibly calculated the route that he would have to take between Bathinda to Hussainiwala in order to reach the National Martyrs Memorial. Lots of questions, Nabila, that the state government will have to answer. The MHA has sought a report from the state government, and the state government will have to do a lot of explaining, because at the bottom of it is a massive breach in the Prime Minister's security, his cavalcade being stuck on a flyover for 15 to 20 minutes, being cut off on its route by a group of protesters. Clearly, this is a huge lapse.
Well, here it's absolutely unfortunate that the Punjab government literally refuses to respond on the matter. It should have been quick for them to come out with a statement, at least now, as to what happened, where was the security lapse. And so far, no word from Charanjit Singh Channi, the Chief Minister of Punjab, as accused by JP Nadda, BJP President. Channi has refused to come on phone as well to communicate on this matter. This has come as a huge security threat, a security breach to the Prime Minister's security while he's on his way to a rally in Firozpur in Punjab. We have Kamaljeet as well joining us for more on that. Kamaljeet, Prime Minister Modi's visit to Punjab almost has resulted, it almost was quite tragic, with the protesters blocking his convoy on a flyover where he was stuck for close to 15 to 20 minutes. And this comes when the Punjab police, the DGP of Punjab, had assured that the path is clear and security arrangements are adequate for the convoy to pass peacefully and smoothly. But what happened on ground was totally different. Protesters were in the know exactly the path and the route that Prime Minister would be taking to reach the destination he was, and landed up there only to block his convoy. And finally, the Prime Minister had to head back, cancelling the entire plan in Punjab.
Well, this was supposed to be a big poll ticket rally as far as Prime Minister Modi is concerned, kick-starting the Saffron Party's poll campaign for the Punjab. But what happened was a total mismanagement. And there's a blame game between the Congress as well as the BJP. We've seen several leaders really reacting to it. We're yet to hear from Chief Minister Charanjit Singh Channi, who in the first place was not making it. He had taken an excuse that 2 of his staff members had tested positive, because of which he was not really attending the rally. On the other hand, there were preparations done days in advance as far as the security is concerned. There is a contingency plan. There are helipads which are made. There was also rains which were predicted on a certain day. So, yes, the Punjab police personnel knew that another alternative route, which is by road, was being considered. So, on that particular plan itself, it seems that Punjab police was found wanting as far as action against protesters was concerned, leaving the Prime Minister stuck on a bridge for at least 15 to 20 minutes, considered a big breach. This is hugely embarrassing. Was there lack of coordination between the SPG as well as the Punjab police? That needs to be seen. The other is what Punjab police officers have been telling us, that in previous years, in Kokatpura firing, for instance, there was an instance where policemen had acted against protesters, after which the senior officers were called in and there was questioning for several days. And this time it seems there was laxity because people didn't really want to take initiative. The police officers did not want to take initiative on the ground. The other part being what really is happening. The other accusation coming in from the Congress is that the union farmer leaders were being helped by the Congress party, by the Channi government. So a big charge coming in by central leadership. The MHA has sought a report. This is going to really raise temperatures as far as Firozpur is concerned. Remember, the temperatures had plummeted. It was raining incessantly. So yes, there is going to be a blame game. A lot of people saying people were not turning up. The BJP was saying the buses were being stopped by BJP, by farm protesters. So all this is going to be a part of it. But what is important is whether he could actually go and conduct any of those programs, and it seems nothing really has moved and has left a lot of people embarrassed now about what is going on in the state. Remember, there have been instances of sacrilege, there have been instances of lynching, there's been a blast, and now there's been a security breach, which puts a big question mark on Punjab police itself.
Well, here so far, Charanjit Singh Channi has not responded. He has not gotten on a call as alleged by JP Nadda. That's all the more concerning, because security within a state is entirely a state subject. When all clearances were taken from the police DGP in Punjab, despite that, information was leaked, and that really raises a lot of concern, not just for the Prime Minister, but even in an individual, a citizen itself. If the Prime Minister is not secure, despite all the arrangements, then one can only imagine the security concerns and threat itself in that region. And that's what raises serious concerns on the intent of the Charanjit Singh Channi government to protect the Prime Minister of India. He's above political lines, clearly. Even if he's attending a rally, Prime Minister's convoy, the security around it and his cavalcade is of paramount importance.
See, BJP is all guns blazing towards Congress. One part is the politics, the other, what you're talking about. Prime Minister is supposed to be above all political leanings. And this is where all sort of cooperation is given by security agencies, no matter whichever state he travels to. And he has an extensive travel program. And this was supposed to be a big rally where BJP was supposed to take off. But whatever they thought, it did not really materialize. And what has happened now is a big political controversy. Wait for it. The Congress is going to hit back. But we've seen BJP going all gun blazing. We were on the ground. There was some sort of mismanagement by the BJP leadership as well. Because whenever these leaders were speaking, they were in a canopy. The rest of the crowd was drenching. There was little facility for them. That is also one of the aspects which is being catered into. This is going to be hit out because there were empty chairs as well. Right. And that is going to be utilized by the Congress party.
But I'd still like, if you can get us an insight into who these protesters were. Who were these protesters and what were they protesting against? I'm going to come back to you. Just hold on for a moment. I'm going to cut across to Shehzad Poonawalla, who's a BJP spokesperson, joining us on the phone line. Shehzad, here is the Prime Minister's convoy that was blocked off on a flyover for close to 20 minutes. A massive security breach for the Prime Minister. Here, while all information was given to the DGP in Punjab to ensure smooth sailing, clearances were given. A go-ahead was also given to the Prime Minister's convoy to move. And that's when it appears protesters got a tip-off, managed to reach the same spot where the Prime Minister's convoy was passing and protested, blocked him off, eventually led to the Prime Minister having to cancel the event and head back.
नबीला, राजनीति राष्ट्रनीति पर कभी नहीं होनी चाहिए. There should never be politics played over issues of national interest. Parivarik interest and political interest can't be used to target national security interests. Today, what has happened in Punjab is a shameful day and a shameful event. The Prime Minister was going to dedicate thousands of crores worth development projects to the people of Punjab, pay obeisance to the great Sardar Bhagat Singh, and his plan was to originally go by the chopper. The plan had to be changed due to weather considerations. The DGP gave a clearance for this. After the DGP has given a clearance, can we ask the Punjab government that why adequate deployment was not done? Why were the protesters allowed to reach the route where the Prime Minister was going, which is an SPG route, which is a route that has been cleared by your DGP? Why was this done to sabotage the Prime Minister's visit? Why was this done to even at the cost of putting a lapse in the security of the Prime Minister? This kind of politics by the Congress party in Punjab is most shameful. And I was hearing that the Deputy Chief Minister, I believe, on another television channel, has even admitted that yes, there was a security lapse. We are asking why Mr. Channi refused to come on the phone. Mr. Nadda has put out a series of tweets where he has asked directly that why was the Chief Minister, who could have resolved the situation immediately, refused to come on the phone. We know in the past that the Congress party has always preferred standing in alliance with national, anti-national elements. We've seen the kind of stand Rahul Gandhi has taken yesterday on the entire tricolor issue. Today I am asking this from your platform, that what was the intention of the Congress government in Punjab by putting a spoke in the security of the Prime Minister? What was the intention? इस प्रकार का खिलवाड़ करके मंशा क्या थी? कौन से वो ऐसे देश के दुश्मन थे जिसके साथ खड़े होकर प्रधानमंत्री की सुरक्षा के साथ इतना बड़ा खिलवाड़ किया गया?
Well, Shehzad, here you have the Prime Minister's convoy that was blocked on that flyover. Images coming in first on India Today, and you see clearly the kind of confusion, the commotion that took place. So far, the DGP, neither the Punjab government has come out to respond to this. This clearly shows a lack of intent to resolve the matter, and they're still toying with the idea on whether or not to take responsibility for this.
Is that a question to me, Nabila?
Yeah.
Nabila, I am saying that the MHA has now given a statement. It has put out the series of events. It has demanded an answer from the state government. Obviously, the DGP and the state government have lots to answer. But I am also asking on behalf of the BJP that what was the Congress party trying to do by allowing this kind of breach in the security of the Prime Minister? आप एक व्यक्ति से विरोध कर सकते हैं, पर व्यक्ति विरोध करते करते क्या आप देश विरोध में उतर आएंगे? The Prime Minister is the Prime Minister not just of the BJP, not just of any political party, he is the Prime Minister of India. Look at the pictures that you're showing on your screen. 20 minutes the convoy of the Prime Minister after clearance from the DGP is made to wait because you leaked the route of the Prime Minister. What if something would have happened? Who takes responsibility? And therefore, it should not just be a report that the Punjab government should submit. It should tell us what action it will take upon everybody who has failed in performing their constitutional duty right from the Chief Minister onwards. They have all failed to protect and to obey the constitutional mandate given to them. This is a breach of democratic principles in this country, and never have I seen something so petty being done in order to put the Prime Minister's life at risk in a state like Punjab. This is unfortunate, and it is something that should be condemned, and I hope the Punjab government will take the necessary action and reply to the MHA without any delay.
Well, it certainly does not take over half an hour, 45 minutes to come out with a response on what happened or a detailed statement of what really went by there. A serious breach to the Prime Minister's security and his convoy there. 15 minutes that he was held literally on a flyover, protesters there blocking off his entire convoy, not allowing him to move. Let me quickly cut across to Ashwini Sharma, joining on, in fact, speaking to the media right there, BJP Punjab Unit Chief. Let's take a listen.
लेकिन पंजाब सरकार ने बीच रास्ते में ही हाथ खड़े कर दिए कि हम सुरक्षा नहीं दे सकते, तो पीएम वापस गए हैं। इसी से पता चलता है कि पंजाब में सामान्य व्यक्ति जो है, आम नागरिक जो है, जो लगातार बोलता रहता है कि जहां सुरक्षा नाम की चीज नहीं है, जहां कानून का राज नहीं है, वो हमारी बात सत्य हुई। और
जगह जगह रोका भी।
ऐसी सरकार को एक भी पल सत्ता में रहने का अधिकार नहीं है।
All right, let me quickly cut across to Kamaljeet Sandhu. Kamal, here was the question that I asked you on the protesters, the identity of those protesters. Who are those protesters? What were they protesting against? And any idea on how possibly did they get a tip-off? It clearly seems like they knew exactly where the Prime Minister was going, what was going to be his first visit, and that he's going to go on by road and not taking a chopper. And despite the weather conditions, they've managed to brave it and come right on spot, on point, and block the convoy at a flyover.
Well, usually the Prime Minister's trip does include a contingency plan. It was already anticipated. There are going to be heavy rain slashing Firozpur. So yes, once the program was in, there was also a contingency plan which says if he was not able to make it to the National Martyrs Memorial, he would go by road from Bhatinda onwards. And now, yes, what is important and significant is that the farmers had blocked all routes, not one, but almost all particular routes. There was a negotiation going on between Gajendra Singh Shekhawat, who is the poll campaign manager for the BJP, Rana Gurmeet Sodhi, Satnam Singh Pannu, who is from the Kisan Mazdoor Union. He was there along with other senior farmer union leaders. What they wanted was, they wanted a written assurance from the BJP and the central government that there would be action as far as the MSP is concerned. They wanted action as far as a written confirmation as far as their other demands were concerned. However, BJP was willing to give in and concede to a few, or as far as the compensation, as far as the demands were concerned. However, the matter was stuck as far as the Lakhimpur Kheri case is concerned. They wanted action against the MOS home. Now what has happened is the tables have turned because there's been a serious security breach and question marks on Punjab police. So remember, even as the Prime Minister flew back, statesmen started coming in. And remember, this is going to be Congress versus BJP, but a more serious concern that can the federal structure, where there are two different parties, go on to have a debate like this, and also a security concern because the Prime Minister does travel to all states, including the non-BJP states. Here, it does seem that there is a question mark. The BJP has also been blaming the police. Remember, there has been sacrilege, there have been lynchings, there have been instances of a bomb blast. And now what we see is that as far as Punjab police is concerned, not being able to cover that particular route where Prime Minister was going, and a few kilometers short of his destination, he was stopped, and yes, he was taken under cover by the SPG. But what they realized very quickly is that the protesters had blocked the road. At least that bare minimum expectation from Punjab police was that the land route of the Prime Minister, as many as other people who were going to the rally, they somehow made it. But to ensure that the most important person, the Prime Minister, is expected to be provided the maximum security. And here what we've seen is that it was a total disastrous response as far as Punjab police is concerned. But many say it does not really have a leader. So we've seen quickly 3 DGPs change. Even Siddharth Chattopadhyay, who is the current in charge, is only temporary till the UPSC sends the name back, and it's been sent. So we do expect a change on the top. But what has happened is that they're saying that in the past few instances, the political debate has happened in such a way that the political clout has dragged the Punjab police, and that is why every time there's an incident, senior cops have been called in, keeping their hands now tied. But this is a big mistake as far as Punjab police is concerned, because this is regarding the Prime Minister's security and a huge breach out there. And now there will be a political showdown and a political blame game. Remember, there was also a sort of mismanagement as far as BJP is concerned, especially regarding the pandal and the canopy which they could have arranged for people. But meanwhile, the Prime Minister could not actually go to the National Martyrs Memorial, the first destination he was supposed to go to, and then come therefore PGI Satellite Center inauguration. Over 42,000 crore rupee announcement of key projects was to be done. This was
I
supposed
was
to be
just
the
coming to
kickstart.
that. What was the rollout today that was planned? We understand developmental projects worth crores of rupees. The foundation stone had to be laid by the Prime Minister today. It should have been a happy moment for Punjab indeed. Unfortunately, this protest was protests are something that will occur time and again wherever the Prime Minister goes. If people have an issue, they will come out to protest. But it's the police's duty to ensure security is adequate. Take us to the significance of that area there, Kamaljeet. We know that it is about 30 kilometers away from the National Martyrs Memorial that this incident has happened. The demographics of this area, is it close to the Indo-Pak border as well?
It is definitely next to the international border, which is the IB. What is important is at 11:05, the Prime Minister was expected to arrive in Bhatinda. There was obviously rains, and that is why he got delayed for a good 20-30 minutes, after which he did land there, and then he decided that he would go via road because remember there were heavy rains, and that is when his convoy on that particular bridge, it got stuck. And there were farm protests, and the basic necessity to keep clear the Prime Minister's convoy to ensure that he reaches his destination seamlessly is something all Punjab police or any other police for that matter is able to do. Now we all know that there were farm unions who had announced that they would be blocking roads, but this was not anticipated that the Prime Minister himself would get stuck. A lot of questions regarding Punjab police performance on this. We're yet to really hear from them. But clearly, they're also seeming to have a leadership issue because the DGPs have been changing. There's been also a talk of question whether it is regarding investigation of cases, whether it is about lynching, sacrilege, bomb blast. So a whole lot of things. And this is the last thing that the Channi government would have wanted, that the Prime Minister and the entire BJP going all guns blazing on them. But definitely a question mark. If they're supposed to secure the most important person in the country, is this the way to go about it? There are questions going to be raised, especially by several people, about the rains, about how things really went out in the rally. But clearly, this is about making it to the first destination, which is the National Martyrs Memorial. And it's extremely important because this is where the Shaheed Jyoti is. This is where Shaheed Bhagat Singh, Rajguru and Sukhdev, their mortal remains were burned there. The Britishers had left the corpses there, and this land was in Pakistan. Eventually, India exchanged that and made a huge memorial there. And even today, every Prime Minister who visits usually begins his rally. So earlier in 2015, Prime Minister had paid a visit here, and this time it was supposed to be symbolic because it was also about kickstarting BJP's campaign, but it was least expected. And the BJP going on, and remember, they were all leaders on the stage. They were still awaiting his arrival, and then came in the announcement, especially after Captain Amrinder Singh had spoken, that Ashwini Sharma said there was a breach in security and the rally stands cancelled, even as several people had taken over those chairs. They had inverted them to ensure that it was like an umbrella or at least some sort of a respite from the rain. And thereafter, it seems the BJP may be slightly demoralized. But what has happened is they have turned the tables on the Congress party, especially the Chief Minister Charanjit Singh.
A lot for the Congress party to answer, undoubtedly. Kamaljeet, do stay with us.